Blame Pritzker, Governor Pritzker, not Donald Trump.
You don't want to let us into jail to arrest a bad guy in the safety and security of a jail. You want to release him into the street, which makes it unsafe for the community, makes it unsafe for the officer, makes it unsafe for the alien. Anything can happen on a street arrest. So what we're going to do, we'll have more agents in New York City to look for that bad guy. So sanctuary cities get exactly what they don't want, more agents in the community and more agents in the work site. If we can't arrest a bad guy in the safety and security of the county jail, then we'll arrest him in the community, and we'll arrest him in the jail. And when we arrest him in the community, if he's with others that are in the country illegally, they're coming too. Federal law requires every alien in the United States to tell DHS in writing if you have a change in address within 10 days of changing that address. Failing to register with DHS and failure to tell DHS about your new address are criminal offenses, and they're to be treated as such. Make no mistake, if you're in the country illegally and you fail to do what the law requires, we will prosecute you, you will go to jail, then we'll deport you.
No one comes to another country and forgets that they weren't supposed to be here. Picture this. Your mom tells you that you can have a party. You can invite cousins, pool boy, best friends, a couple other friends, your teammates, tutor, whoever. But people who are invited. So the house is ready, the fridge is packed, everything is clean, is ready to go. Everybody come in who are invited. There's enough space, enough refreshments and everything, plus maybe your plus one, no complaints. There's a few uninvited guests that come in. Some get some soda, some pizza, whatever. It's enough so no one really cares. They're pretty cool, you know? You make a new friend. They even help you clean up. No big deal. It's manageable. Mom comes home. She says everything is good. Just if you have another party, just make sure the gates are locked this next time, all right? Cool. Over the next couple of parties, things start to get a little difficult. One comes in, 30 crashes. Most of them are cool, but you got some that's just ignoring the rules, chugging all the drinks, blasting their music that you honestly do not like. You just can't stand it, but they don't care. They just don't care because they feel like it's their house. Clogging up the pool with floaties and loose hair, or wigs, tracking mud on in a house. Supposed to take your shoes off, but they just don't care. Most of the people who came in, they follow the rules. The uninvited guests, no one cares, but it's just a few. Now things come up missing. Wallet, phone, pair of shoes. The mom comes back home and she says, look, this can't happen again. If this happens one more time, I'm not going to have a choice but to tell your father. And he ain't no fool. He heard there's a couple of houses down the way. They usually vandalize the place after these parties. And they don't call the police. Their houses were looted. The backyard was trashed. All because they thought they can reason and didn't call the police. And Dad is not repeating that same mistake. So he was proactive and setting hard rules to protect the house. You're allowed to throw one last party and maybe more if everything is under control. And guess what? It was nothing but chaos. The gate is wide open. Hundreds of uninvited people came in and they're everywhere, splashing into the pool, raiding the kitchen, sneaks into your parents' room, and a girl gave birth in the shower, turning your music off and blasting their own music over yours. Cans all over the floor, the fridge is empty, nobody can use the Wi-Fi, the house is way past capacity. And don't get me wrong, about 90% of them cool. And those people are just here for the vibes. They ain't trying to do anything illegal. No bad intentions at all. But the rest. There's a drug dealer in the corner. Grandma's fine china, gone. Dad's Rolex, you can't find it. And parents come home early and they are livid. The parents of the crashers, they dropped them off. So they know what's going on. And they know they were not invited. Now that the parents came home, the uninvited guests are like shook up. And they called their parents. And now the parents are mad because the parents came home. Instead of the parents coming to that house, they just mess up their own house. Burn their own car. And they get mad at the parent who said that it was probably a bad idea, who usually keeps that kid in check, trying to keep him out of trouble. Dad doesn't try to reason with the inebriated, emotional, drunk crowd that would try to pull a guilt trip on you, so he just calls the police. And the crashers say, let us stay, let us stay. This isn't fair. We didn't do anything. We just came here to party. And that girl who gave birth in the shower is now in the guest room and saying, this is my house. My daughter's a part of the family now. And me no leave. Now the police come. And with a theft being reported, the cops can detain and search anyone in the house. They could check your bags and go to deeper warrants. You're at their mercy. You shouldn't be there in the first place because you were not invited, and nobody's leaving until everything gets sorted out. Not even invited guests, like the babysitter and the pool boy. You knew it was over the capacity. You could have left. You should probably deport before the cops come, but you decided to stay. Now, right now, what they're looking for is the person who stole. But if you have been drinking, you're getting a ticket. If you have drugs, weed, or smell like it, you're probably getting a ticket. And if you got cocaine, you're probably going to jail. And guess what? The only ones that are allowed to stay are the kids and maybe cousins or something like that. But even if they start acting crazy, they can go. But the kids go to their room, jail. So you just call them troublemakers. They get grounded and sent to their bedroom. If you haven't figured it out by now, this mirrors the riots in the border. These cities are the house overwhelmed by folks crossing the border, and this is not unfair. I don't know what makes you all think that when you come, it just works out for you. And it's not supposed to. None of this stuff is free. The businesses, yes, they're wrong for it. But the activists pacifying this behavior, you all are making things absolutely worse. Overwhelmed by folks crossing the border without an invitation. You came uninvited and you drained the sources, food, and space. And I understand it's enough space, but this space is not here for you. It's not about stolen land. I don't know why people keep saying this. California, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, part of Nevada, Utah, and Colorado. It was a treaty, the United States by Mexico in 1848, which ended the Mexican-American War. The U.S. paid Mexico $15 million, which is like $550 million today, and forgave $3.25 million of debt. Mexico itself got that land from Spain in 1821. So you're wrong. When you say this, you tend to forget that history is history and everybody stole everything. This was a part of the world. Everybody stole everything, or they bought it, or they went to war for it. This was a part of humans. So every land technically is stolen. So where and when would you want to stop? Because if it was taken from them, someone else took it from someone else. We really, honestly, genuinely do not know. But we have to stop somewhere, and this will be the place to start. This is not about race. Border crossings are everybody. Black, white, Asians, every background. In the 2020 U.S. Census, 20% of Latinos identify as white, and it's down from 53% in 2010. Why? I have no idea. Probably embrace their culture and identity, and others might find leverage by low-key finding that it is more advantageous for them to be a part of the victim class. Sorry. Latinos and Hispanics are not a race. It's an ethnicity. They can be any race. This is about rules, limits, and honestly, fairness. Kind of making the lottery not even be a thing anymore. If you can just come in illegal, you can just stay.
And the kids out too, had them zip tied to each other. That's all I kept asking.
I literally live around the corner from where that happened at. Okay? And not all black people were detained. It was just a couple of black folks in a building that nobody was supposed to be in. Yeah, they didn't tell you that narrative, that nobody was supposed to be in that building. Nobody. Also, that's a building full of clucks. You do know what clucks is, right? Also, the Venezuelans went through that building and took over the whole building. Not forcefully, but they just started moving in apartments they ain't had no business moving into. Also, it's a lot of Venezuelans that look black. You know, like Cubans and Dominicans.
All right, y'all. At this point, y'all have really pissed me off, especially you so-called influencers who are taking parts of stories coming out of Chicago and using it for clickbait and engagement. Now, I have been urging my people here to pause so that they can process things. Y'all talking about them coming down on that building out south. Whole time, that building used to be predominantly black. That building was predominantly Venezuelans, okay? There are people from that neighborhood that have been complaining about that building for a year, okay? They showed y'all broken windows and shit that were already there. These are the things that y'all have to stop doing. And this is why I keep telling people here in the city, particularly black people, pause so you can process. If y'all start responding to out of emotion, then you don't know what the play is, because you haven't had time to actually think. What people are doing are trying to get a rise out of black Chicagoans, okay?
They detained American citizens. They had children in zip ties.
See, we ain't finna do this goofy ass. I'm from Chicago. I stay about 2 minutes from where that shit happened, where they raided that building. Did they detain everybody in the building? According to the news report, yeah, they gotta clear the building. You think they finna let motherfuckers stay in their apartment while they getting illegals out the other apartments? And they ain't cleared the whole bit? That's a safety threat. Hey, we not listening to these motherfuckers. We is not listening to them motherfuckers that's trying to block out the sun like they the moral compass or like they our central nervous system brain. Like, you don't think for us? Think for yourself. Goofy ass liberal progressive. Y'all always sticking y'all fucking nose in our business. Just mind your business. We want Trump here with the National Guard. We want to get motherfuckers that ain't supposed to be here up out of here. And whoever feel a way about it, fuck you. Because why you ain't feel a way about motherfucking the last 4 years of the other president bringing all these people in and taking all our resources. So a motherfucker don't got no consideration when it come to us. But we supposed to just be the motherfucking doormat for everybody. And the welcoming mat that subsidize everybody else coming in and replacing us. What the fuck? We ain't listening to you. You's a fucking nobody. We not our fucking grandfathers and they daddies and they sons. Goofy ass. We a fucking nation of Tupacs and King Vons. We'll destroy this motherfucker. So what you need to do is mind your fucking business. Realize it's the age of Aquarius. Goofy. Y'all can't use them same motherfucking tricks. Ain't nobody going. Like I said, y'all can't use them same motherfucking tricks. Ain't nobody going for that dumbass shit. Y'all don't represent no motherfucker. Y'all don't speak for none of us. Bitch, mind your business. You want to motherfucking help, bitch? Send us some money. Donate. That's what you do. Provide resources. We don't need your motherfucking thought process. We autonomous. Because you talking about. Any of y'all that look like me and y'all listening to these motherfuckers, you not part of the group. We ostracizing your goof ass. Stay your stupid ass over there. Stay your dumb ass over there. Keep promoting Willie Lynch. Keep promoting this shit. And don't think because I'm conservative, I give a fuck about a Republican. I know the whole system corrupt. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm going to use this motherfucker how I see fit to get what the fuck I need done. That's what it is. I don't give a fuck about this. Yeah, I voted. Yeah, I voted for Trump. And I got a Trump hat because I like what he's doing. What he's doing is more in favor of my agenda than anybody else. Period. Do I give a fuck about the system? Do I even really care about Trump? No. I don't give a fuck. I know both sides corrupt. I see this motherfucker going over there kissing the small hat's ass. You think I don't see this shit? But I see you motherfuckers trying to give a kid a lap dance from a rainbow. The whole shit is corrupt. The whole shit is ain't none of y'all motherfuckers qualified to rule us or to tell us shit. And ain't none of your fake motherfucking token BLK leaders qualified either. Because all they ass ain't shit but Bootleg and Divine Nine. Secret societies. So yeah, all you motherfucking cake faces, stay your bitch ass over there and mind your fucking business. Goofy.
You know, there's a lot of politics in this, but now Trump's threatening to send the National Guard to Chicago. That's your city. What do you feel about this?
Just keep us safe, man. Whatever you need to do to keep the kids safe and the women.
So you give it a thumbs up. There's a lot of
Whatever
people.
Gonna keep us safe and clean the streets, man. I'm all for it.
Okay, wow. You know what?
Just make sure the babies get home, man.
Hey, you know what?
That's all I care about, man.
There was a lot of people, like even like gangsters, posting stuff on social media saying like, "I dare him to send them Will."
I'm a taxpaying citizen, man. I just want everybody to get home safe, man.
So this is a thumbs up from Herbo right now. All right, hey, take care.
So I'm gonna need you to explain it to me like I'm 10. I want you to really break this down to me like I'm 10 years old and tell me why ICE agents zip tying black babies in Chicago, because I can't for the life of me understand why this happened. Why was this necessary? These are black babies, American citizens living in Chicago, but ICE agents are zip tying them because they what? Pose a threat to who? They are a danger to what? Explain this to me like I'm 10. Not only why did this happen, why is there not collective outrage behind it? Why is this not on the news? Why is this not being covered? Why is this not being talked about by almost anybody but a handful of black people in this country?
So once again, I had to make this video because y'all really starting to piss me the off. And I'm from the city of Chicago. Y'all got this picture of this little baby boy floating around like he was being detained by ICE agents. And y'all remember this picture that's floating around of y'all spinning this narrative like they was detaining little fucking babies and shit, doing the fucking most, lying on this fucking internet? Well, check this. Y'all are the spawn of Satan. Y'all need to fucking stop trying to scare black people and trying to trick us into protesting or whatever. We don't want to protest. We said we don't want to protest, so stop. Thank you.
You had BLM, you had the Summer of Love, protesting Tesla. None of these things seem very peaceful at all. And then you have that. I mean, not too long ago, they were stopping traffic. You think people don't notice? It's almost as if you think that people are completely blind from your actions. Like these things don't just happen. So to prevent it, you need to be proactive and stop it before it happens. There are boundaries in everything. If you look at the border and someone climbs over that fence, over that gate, if you decide to stay at your friend's house and decide to stay longer, they eventually gonna want you to leave. It just doesn't make any sense. If they told you to come for free, then I don't blame you. There probably should be some penalty on them because it's not your fault at all. In fact, I don't blame half of you all who came to America for a better life. If you self-deport, you can come back. More than likely. And I think you should be able to come back. I mean, you sound like you're one of the honest, but if you stay when they told you to leave, you should probably leave. And if you don't, whatever the consequence comes, that's what you probably deserve. And even though most of you all are probably really, really good people, which I think that you are, I mean, you guys are doing things that a lot of people wouldn't do, but even then you're not. Those predatory companies that use your labor for cheap can just pay an American more money. Now, I understand the whole economic situation and people not going to pay that much or whatever, but who knows? We'll see what happens. That's a whole nother story. But if someone tells you to get out their house and you don't and get mad when they kick you out or force you out, I don't understand why people on the lawn tell them, let them stay at the party. Most of them should probably stay. But if they told you to leave and you just migrated to a sanctuary city to prevent from leaving, you probably should go. And those who brought your kids here, it's not like you didn't know that one day it could eventually catch up with you. So you probably should have just left. It's not your fault. I understand. It's probably the administration who was before, or even before, that's their fault. And now, unfortunately, you have to suffer the consequences. A lot of you all took advantage, birthright citizenship and all that. It's just too much, especially for my people. I mean, y'all just walked over on our back and just said, hey, yo, we gonna take this and just misuse it. It's Russians, Chinese, which I think is a national security. I don't know why we do this. The laws are just so unbelievably stupid, but hey, it's about time somebody try to clean this stuff up. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you think I'm crazy. Put it in the comment section and tell me what you think. Peace and God bless.